Yes, guys, we are going to go to Packet Tracer. We are going to see how to configure a routing protocol. Especially, we are going to go for static routes first. And when we are done with static routes, after 12, we can go for default routes. And tomorrow we can move to dynamic routes, all right? So what I'm gonna do, we are going to fetch drag and drop 2 routers. So 2 routers, maybe 2 PCs one side. That other side I can have maybe like 2 servers. We can have 2 switches, the 2960. We can run our cables. You can plug wherever you like, from the computers to the switch. So it doesn't matter. I can take here, it doesn't really matter. And most of the time, you must use, especially from the router to the switch, use what I used. You can see from the router, it's gigabits 0/0. Okay, I can take any 0/1, and here I can take 0/2. I'm just giving you 1 or 2 minutes to finalize. How many colors are there? 3 colors means 3 networks, right? And remember, the connectivity between 2 routers is a network. So my network, like IDA can be .1.2/24. This one can be 192.168.2.0/24. I don't know what I've done here. Let me remove the 2. It's a network like ID. And this one, 192.168.3.0/24, right? So 3 network ID, right? Remember that we need a default gateway, right? The default gateway from here. So my IP here, so it's gonna be 192.168.1.1/24, right? There it's gonna be 192.168.3.1/24. Yeah, I'm just showing you what we're gonna put here. It's gonna be that one, and there it's gonna be this one, right? So, and remember here, so I'm gonna take this IP 192.168.2.1, and here it's gonna be 192.168.2.2. So those are the IPs that we are going to assign to every interface. And those two servers, one is a file server. This one can be like our web server. Right? So the whole idea of this network, we want to give those two computers access to the file like server and the web server, right? But we are going to use a static route. This is what we are going to use. So we are going to fix a route for these two computers. So static routes means that we are going to tell those two routers to follow a specific route, a fixed route. And when we are going to be done with my exercise, your next exercise, when you are done with your exercise, make sure you go like on your LinkedIn page, you are going to share it. You share your work for the day. So it's Monday, you write your date and you write your lab, what you did, and you share it. You share your screenshots, your configurations, right? And you explain something about your lab. Okay, let's assign first the computers, the IPs, and the servers. Desktop IP 192.168.1.3 maybe. And there, the default gateway, remember your default gateway, it's this IP from the router. 192.168.1.1. And we can come also there, 192.168.1.4, it doesn't matter. But remember, the default gateway must always be the same. No, we don't need it because I don't want to go further. 192.168.3.1, not .3 to 168.3.1. Remember, it's a default gateway. It's this IP here. This is the default gateway. .4 maybe. Yes, come in. Are you done with the IPs? I'm just giving to you 2 minutes more. Solomon, are you done? Remember, guys, we want to configure a static route, right? To connect those two routers in order for the blue network and the yellow network to talk, right? And remember again that routers will have a table, like a routing table, like a database, right? Like every router will have a database. That database will have information related to what? To all the connected networks, right? But what we're gonna do first, let's bring those two interfaces, gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/0. Let's bring them on and let's assigning them the IPs. So you go to your router, CLI, no, enable, configure terminals, or conft interface gigabit /0/0, this one, right? So we are going to give it an IP address, 192.168. Remember, this is the default gateway, .1.1, the subnet mask, .0, no shutdown. Right? I'm just giving to you 1 minute in order for you to be where I am. Now you have to get used to type faster. You always see, which movie? Jack Boy, there are so many movies. You see how these ladies, they are working faster when they are looking at a specific location. Yeah, so many movies. You can see how these guys are working. Some guys here, they are fast when they are chatting only with men. 1 second, 1,000 words. Ladies, we know you very fast, especially when you know that that appointment will bring cash. Okay, no shutdown, right? This means what? Line protocol on interface gigabit 0/0, change status or state to up, right? We are just waiting this green, the orange one to be green. Okay, now it's green, right? Because you know that the router can have a database that will store like information related to the yellow network, right? Let's try to check what is there, like on the database of the router. Do show IP routes, right? Do show IP routes. What does it mean? You wanna learn something about your router. You wanna check the information that your router saved on the database. Okay, let's see how the database looks like. Right? Do show IP routes, but remember the actual command, it show IP routes. But because we are on a wrong mode, that's why I'm putting do. Now, guys, you must be able to interpret the codes. See here, the codes here. When you see L means what? Local. So it shows you like information related to the local network, like the network that is like connected to the router directly, right? Guys, there are questions. L means what? Local. It shows you the information that is linked to the network that is connected directly to the router. This one, see the yellow one. This one, this is the local. See this line down here. See. Which IP? This is the default gateway. So the router is connected to the local network via which IP? Right? Which interface? Gigabit 0/Z 0. So this L shows you, right? So, and the C is what? Connected. Which network ID? The network like as a whole. It's this one. So it shows you like my router is connected to this network. Which network? 192.168.1.0. But myself as a router, I'm connected to this yellow network via which interface? Via 0/0. But if you see S, means what? Static. When you see R, it means what? RIP. Right? When you see D, it's AGRP. When you see O, it's OSPF. You understand? There are so many questions they'll ask you about the codes. But here, when we look at the database, right, by doing do show like IP routes, you can see that there is no routing protocol, right? There is nothing we configured already, like about routing protocols. So we cannot even learn about this network here, this one, the 2.0. Did you see it here? Like on the database, it's not there. Why? Because we never configured yet, right? Like maybe for troubleshooting, when you go to your router, you just say, show IP routes. You can learn something about your router. Okay, we're gonna move like forward. We are going to configure this port, this interface. We are going to bring it up and we are going to assign it the IP address, the 192.168.2.1. We exit first. Now we're gonna do what? IP address 192.168.2.1. So we are here. We are on this one. Right? But remember, it's also connected directly. Are you done? But you know already, eh? This is easy for you. Enter no shutdown. Right? And when you are done, let's check again the database, the routing table. Remember, the database of your router is called routing table. Let's check again what is there, like on your routing table. Do show IP routes, right? Every time when you do like a configuration, you must check your database, your routing table. Do show IP routes. What did you see? .2.0 still there? No. Why? Because you can see it's red. It must be green, right? Remember, we have to save because sometimes, right? Do right. Do space WR. And we can go to the second router, right? But before even going there, let's try to ping. Let's see if the yellow networks, they can talk between themselves, right? So I'm gonna go to PC0, command prompt. I can check my IP config. Yeah, my IP is .1.3. My default gateway, 192.168.1.1. So we're gonna try to ping the default gateway. We're gonna try to check if my computer can communicate with the router or the wireless access point. Yeah, so that computer can talk to the default gateway, right? Now, I'm gonna go to the second PC. So I'm gonna check again my IP config. My IP is .1.0.4. Because I know that other computers, so I'm gonna ping it. It's 192.168.1.3. Okay. Yellow networks, those computers can talk on the yellow network, right? They can talk between themselves. They can also talk to the router, right? Now, what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try to ping the server, one of the server, see if there is a communication, right? Ping 192.168. The server is .3. So I'm trying to ping one of the server. But logically, we know that it won't gonna work because we never configured the routing protocols yet, right? You press enter. You see, my reply is coming from where? From my router, from this router. This router says like, I don't know how to reach that network. You never teach me how to reach that network. You understand? This is the meaning of this reply. So your message will be stopped from router one, from that interface, because that router doesn't know how to reach that other network. That's why it says destination host unreachable. I don't know. You never told me how to talk with other routers, right? Now, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go to the second router, router one. We're gonna do the same configurations. We are going to bring those two interfaces up and we are going to assign them the IPs, right? But before even moving forward, guys, from here, let's check the database. Let's check the database of the router. Let's check the routing table. Show IP routes. Remember, you cannot put do because you are on a correct mode. Show IP. You can see that the routing table is empty. The database is empty. There is no connected. There is nothing that shows you that the router knows about neighbor networks. Your router doesn't know. Right? Okay, we can move forward. Conf T. What we're gonna do now, this one, we're gonna assign it an IP address, gigabit 0/0. Interface gigabit/ IP address 192.168. It's .3.1. Let me check. Okay. .3.1, 255.0. No shutdown. We brought it up. Right? From today, whatever that you are doing, when you configure something, you must check the routing table. Show IP routes or do show IP routes. Because that will allow you to learn. Right? When you are using a show IP route, it tells you like, okay, because you did this, see now how your database looks like. Okay, let's check again the routing table, the database. Do show IP routes. Right? What did you see? There is what? C. C shows what? The connected network, right? Which network we are connected to? 192.168.3.0, this one. You see? This one. Now, your router can learn about the blue network. Why? Because you assign it an IP and you bring it on. That way, that C. C tells you like, no, my router is connected to one of the network, right? So, and which interface allowed you to connect to that network? It's the gigabit 0/0, right? Now it's telling you about the default gateway here, the L, the local, right? Okay. Now we're gonna use the second one, the gigabit 0/2. Until now, we cannot learn about this. It's what? This color is pink or what? Purple. Yeah, purple. For you lovers or lovers or what? Okay, we exit interface. So the IP address of this one is what? We are on .2, huh? IP address 192.168.2. Remember, we are here. We are here on this one. So we're gonna give it what? .2.2. To 55.z. And we're gonna say no shut down. After configuring that one, let's see if you see now it's green, right? Now we can check the routing table again. We can check the database of the router. Do show IP routes, right? What did you see? See, there's another network that will be added. This one, you see? You can see, huh? The network will be added. This one, this network, this one, the purple one, this one. Because the interface is on and we gave it an IP address. You can see the C next to it, right? And we are connected like through this network by using which interface? 0/2. This is the interface that allows me to learn about my neighbor network. When you check the L shows you like the IP address of that interface, right? And that interface is 0/2, right? So from here, you will know like how many networks you are connected to. You can just see like your database. There is 2.0, there is 3.0, right? So it's so easy to learn like the output from the show IP routes, and make sure like from the exam, you know. That way I'm telling you for every line, when you configure something, you must check the database because we are learning something new, right? Now, what we're gonna do, you can try to check the connectivity between those two routers. We can ping between those two routers. We can exit first, we exit again. Let's ping the second one, .1. Ping 192.168.2.1. So I'm pinging that other interface. Success rate, like 80%, not good enough. You can repeat again. You see here? So success rate is what? 100. Right? Means that those two routers, locally they are connected, right? Now, what we're gonna do now, guys, when you are done here, we're gonna go again to that PC. We're gonna try again to reach the server, right? You have to remember that the recording is there. When I'm done, the recording is gonna be there. When you jump something, you can go back to the recording. And so we go again to our PC. We go to command prompt. We're gonna try again to reach the one of the server. The reply gonna still coming from where? From router 0. Router 0 will say, my man, I don't know how to reach that other networks. I don't know how to reach the server. Why? Now you as a specialist, you can go to the routing table, you check, you can see like there is no routing protocols configured, right? Now we have to configure the routing protocols. And we are using the static one. So we're gonna go to router 0, enable like conft. We are here like on this router, right? So we have to teach this router how to reach the blue network. So you're gonna say IP routes, which network we wanna reach? The blue one, right? It's 192.168.3.0. This is the network we wanna reach. The 255, you must always put the subnet mask. And from here, you have to precise which interface will allow your data to come in. It's this one. Which IP? This one. So from here, you are saying IP routes, which network? This network, space, you put the subnet mask, space, you're gonna reach me via this IP, this 192.168.2.2. .2.2. So the syntax is IP routes, destination network, subnet mask of the destination, and the incoming port, the incoming like IP from that router, from that network, right? So I wanna reach you, IP routes, your network, plus your subnet mask, plus the interface from your router where my data will come in. That's IP. You can put the interface, the gigabit 0/2, or you can put the IP, but it's better to put the IP, right? Now you're gonna say, what? Enter. Remember guys, so if you have another router here, like another network, you're gonna continue again. IP routes, that network. IP route, right? Let's try to check the routing table. We're gonna try to check the database. Do show IP routes. What did you see there? There is S, huh? S shows what? Which routing protocol is configured on the router? Static. Many questions will come just for you to know if you know how to interpret the routing table or the database. So when you see S, you know, like on this router, they configure the static route. So when you see O, you're gonna say, no, they configure the OSPF. So there is a static route that is configured, right? So my router learned about this network, via which interface, right? So your router knew about this network via this interface. Later on, I will teach you what does it mean by 1/4, right? Because you have to know also how to interpret it. Let's try to save, guys. Do WR, right? We're gonna try to ping again because we are learning step by step. We're gonna try to ping again the server. We're gonna see if we can reach the server again. You understand? Now the message is changing. Request timeout. Request timeout shows like there's a problem. We cannot reach like the server, but you can know like at least there's a routing protocol that is configured, right? Because the request jumped router 1 already, but it couldn't reach the server. Now let's go to router number 2, the second router. Conf T. Now we're gonna configure the IP route. Which network we wanna reach? The yellow network. This is the one we wanna reach. It's 192.168.1. Via which interface my data will come in? Via what? This IP, 192.168.2.1. So now we're gonna say so IP route 192.168.1.0. The yellow IP we wanna reach. Space, the subnet mask, space, how my data will come in, right? So I must check the interface from the destination router. That's interface IP, it's 192.168.2.1, right? So IP routes, destination IP, destination subnet mask, and the incoming IP. The IP from that destination router that will allow my data to come in. And you say what? Enter, right? Now let's check again the database. Do show IP route. What did you see? There's a static route, huh? You can see S there. So static means you've learned, your router knows how to reach this 192.168.1.0 network via which interface? Via 192.168.2.1. So my router knows how to reach that network by using a static route via this interface. This is how the router learned about that one. We can save. Now, this time around, we are going to try to ping again because we know like we did our configuration. We configured already the static route. Now we're gonna try to ping like again. We're gonna try again to reach the server. What did you see? You can see that that computer can reach now the server, right? Did you understand, guys? From now, whatever that you are configuring, you must use the show command, because the show command is helping you to be smart, like to be wiser. For every command you are doing, you can know how your router will behave, right? Don't just go fast, you finish everything. When you configure something, use the show command, like in order to learn, because it's giving you like more experience. Every step, you will know the behavior of your router. For every step, for anything that you are configuring, you will know how your network will behave, right? So now, guys, I'm done with this one. What you're gonna do now, guys, I want you to repeat your own design. Maybe you can have maybe 2 switches with your own number of computers. Before going, like today, before finishing your sessions, I have to see your design working on your LinkedIn page. You finish it, you post your work. You can create your own scenario. Okay, guys, I have a scenario here. So I have maybe 2 or 3 branches that I want to connect. as a network engineer, my task is this. You create your own scenario, you put your own topology, and you put your configurations, and you put your ping. You explain everything. When you are done, so I will just go like on your LinkedIn page and check. No going home if you never post it there. Yeah, so if you got like some difficulties, you